that forklift over there is gonna have to go today. But one of the things that I have learned in 2 years is that for some reason, and I get it, we buy a lot of stuff that we actually don't need. And this is one of the things that I brought at the beginning of the business. I was thinking that I would actually use it, but at the end of the day, I'm not using it at all. I haven't spent a tank in 2 years. So it actually doesn't make sense to have it. And I mean, it helped me here and there to set up all the lighting, all the electrical on this place. But other than that, I haven't used it in a long time. It's actually sitting back here in the back of the shop. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna get it cleaned and up to the next owner. Hopefully, it's actually the guy who brought it. It's a neighborhood business. It's just way to the front on the building. And hopefully he get a better use for it. It's actually money that I could spend on something more productive for the shop. Now it's just a matter of getting everything as clean as possible to deliver it to him. I want him to feel happy about it. We need to start removing this right here. We need to move the tanks, and then I need to clean my door so that we can get out with the forklift. First thing, let's get some gloves on. Safety first. You're dealing with heavy stuff, and everything in this shop is made out of steel. And if you fight with the steel, 10 out of 10, your hands will lose, so your wife doesn't complain when you get home that you literally have like sandpaper hands. Let's start moving everything. That's the problem when you have a small place, you run a solo shop. Most of the time you don't have a lot of help or no help at all. And you have to figure it out things on your own. But always be careful. My biggest nightmare is to get hit or an accident and you are all by yourself. Fortunately, my wife keeps calling me all day long, so if I don't answer the phone, she will figure it out something. Wow. This is heavy. Do not buy stuff of things that you don't know for sure that you're gonna buy, that you're gonna use on the long run. The problem with that is if you're starting out, at least the same way that I'm doing, you're gonna need money. You're gonna need money because probably you have a few customers that they're gonna give you jobs, but like you're gonna have downtime because if you have only 1 or 2 customers and you own a CNC machine shop, unless they are really huge customers that they give you orders every month. And even so, I have customers that at some point the orders just stop coming. I mean, not the orders, I have the order, but they tell me to stop because they want to make some changes. One thing led to another, and all of a sudden, I spent 2 months, 3 months without any work. And that's especially important because you need to have money in your bank account. You have to pay rent, you have to buy tools, you need liquid money so that you can use. Therefore, spending money on things that you won't need on the long run is a bad investment. And believe me, I know some rich guy who did this 20 years ago, and now he's telling the story. I'm living it. I'm living through it right now. So take my advice if you want, but that's my experience so far. What would you do first? Will you find a customer or do you buy a machine? That's a good question. In my case, I did kind of like both at the same time, and pretty much I make a lot of mistakes on it. I brought 2 machines for 2 possible jobs that I have, and none of those jobs came through. I was stuck with 2 machines, no job to do on those machines, and a lot of bills to pay. Now this is the first machine that I talk about. It's an M20 Citizen. I get it really cheap. Yeah, and that was that. A machine, a place, electricity, tools, all that kind of stuff. It was a lot of money for me at the end, and I emptied my bank account completely. I didn't have any money after that, and then they told me, you didn't get the job. Think about that for a second. So what I was going through at that time was really hard, so please don't do that. A huge mistake that I make. Think about this. I'm on this position that I have 2 machines laying on the shop, no work. I had to pay rent. I brought the forklift at that time. I did a down payment for the space that I have, plus the monthly payment, and I didn't have no jobs at all. Thankfully, the owner of the place that I used to work for, he helped me out. He started sending jobs my way, and that kind of saved the day until I started meeting with people. And at that point, I was feeling like a failure. But little by little, we make our way back, and 2 years later, we're still here. The matter is, you're not gonna be the only one who is gonna be able to do that job. There's a lot of machine shops around the United States, and somebody else could get the job and bid it for lower price, and then you lose the job. The first thing you need is to get a signed PO that you have the job. And it's kind of difficult, I know, because you cannot find a machine like in 2 days. It's not like you're going to Walmart, buy a machine. It doesn't work like that. So what I would do is, first you talk with the person, then you find a machine, you get in contact with the people selling the machine, and you tell them, okay, I'm willing to buy the machine for you, how fast I can get the machine. You figure all the stuff out, and then you ask that person, okay, I'm ready. You send me a PO, and I can have a machine here working ready in less than a month. If they're really gonna give you the job, they will say, okay. If they are not desperate, or they're looking to change from suppliers, or they like you more than the other guy, they will give you the job. Even if they have to wait a month for you to get the machine ready for you to deliver the first part, they would do it. Something that I have learned is that nobody cares if you have a huge warehouse and brand new machines. Actually, the only thing that people will care about is if you can deliver a good job. Now, all that's left for me today is gonna have to be delivering the forklift. I'm gonna deliver the forklift. Let me know in your comments if you find something interesting or something like that maybe happens to you already. And if you can let me know how you deal with that, it will be perfect. Thank you and appreciate it for your time. Until next time, see you.